Hey everyone, so today I decided to do a makeup inspired look from G.E.M. She is a Chinese singer, a really popular Chinese singer, so I thought I'll do her look, and this is from her music video called Against the Wind. So if you would like to see how I achieve this look, just stay tuned and keep up watching. And the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, and instead of using an eye primer, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs in Twinkle Pop. It's like a jumbo eye stick. Palette I'm using today is from Kate, and this is in the palette BR1, and I'll be taking the top color over there and I'm just going to apply this over the lid on top of my Twinkle Pop just to make the look more shiny. And then using a fluffy brush, I'm just going to use this light brown shade as like my crease and transition color. So I'm just applying this on the outer corner as well as following my eye line, like the crease area, and just apply. And I'm going to use the leftover on my bottom lower lash line, and I sort of like squint a little and just to have that almond eyes look. And then using a smaller fluffy brush, using the darkest shade in the palette, I'm just applying a little bit at the outer corner just to define the eye look a bit more. And then I will also apply this on the lower lash line as well. And then changing the brush but using the same shade from before, the dark shade, I'm just applying this on the outer half of my lower lash line. And while I'm doing this is I'm swiping it outwards just to have that almond eye look. And then for the inner corner, I'm just using the whitest shade in the palette with the brush provided. I'm just applying this on the inner corner. To top line, I'll be taking the Heroine Kiss eyeliner, and this is in the shade black. I'm just going to top line both my eyes. And for the eyeliner, I'm using the Super Quick Liquid Eyeliner from the brand X. I think it's a Japanese brand, and I'm just applying a thin wing. To enlarge my eyes, I'll be using the Shu Uemura drawing pencil, and this is in the shade 04 Me Pink, and I'll be applying this on my lower waterline. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to curl our eyelashes, and I'm just going to apply a thin coat of mascara, and I'm using the Benefit Diary Mascara on my top and bottom lashes. And then I'm going to go over with falsies, and I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies in black. So apply the falsies and voila! And then for the bottom lashes, I'm just using the same mascara and just apply a good amount of it, and the eye look is complete. The blush I'm using is from MAC, and this is in the shade Hypnus, which is like a frost finish, and I apply this on my cheeks obviously. And as you can see, I sort of smile so I know where I should apply my blush. And to highlight my face, I'll be using the Etude House Face Designing Brightener, and I'm going to apply this on my cheek and quite a bit on my nose, and quite a lot on my upper lip as well, and on my lower lips, which is where my chin is at. And then for the lips, I'm using the NYX Chunky Dunk, and this is in the shade Watermelon Cooler. So I noticed in G.E.M.'s look, she doesn't really have lipstick on and looks pretty glossy, and this is the closest I have. So this is the final look. I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!